Owner sold the spot, and when he told us, we ended up in a place called the Pyramid. Now, the Pyramid is a legendary place. People like Madonna have been in there. I believe Nirvana's performed in there before. So there was this whole big, like, legendary up and coming artist going there. Blondie definitely performed there before. So it was like a kind of like a big deal. And honestly, I had been there before for some hardcore shows when I was going to those a lot. And so we go there. There's a new sound man. His name is Mikey. He's freaking incredible. So it's like I get to chill again. But instead of hosting, I was like, I'm gonna do the door again. I like socializing with people. I could still see the show, and it was fun. But what I did do was I set it up so that we could get wireless microphones while we were performing every now and then. You know what I mean? And also recording a lot of the live stuff that we did. So the first few years, it was just me doing it to do it. But as we progressed, it ended up being like a big thing because we started making mixtapes with them. But the first one that we ever did was Scram Jones. He had a crew called High Society. You had myself and Zoo at Solid Ground, and then you had Eye to Eye, and they did we did a mixtape. And when we put it out, the reception was great. And then, my thing is doing the music. So now I'm using my resources to put us in studios to record stuff, start doing collaborations with all of these dope MCs coming through.
Yo, that's nuts, man. I didn't even realize y'all did that. Like I've heard a lot of these live things. Like the other day you were playing a bunch of live
Mm-hmm.
sessions. So is
Yeah.
this like those live sessions? Are these linked to what you were doing back then? Is this the same kind of stuff?
Yes.
Because yo, first of all, the quality's incredible. Like it sounds dope. The energy's lit. Like it was like a really cool vibe. But I didn't even realize that y'all were like making mixtapes and all sorts of stuff like that. Like you really like created a business out of an open mic. And I'm not trying to like belittle it, but I'm saying it like that because who the fuck creates a business out of an open mic that lasts
Yo,
until
I
today?
agree with you. I agree with you. I said
Cause
the
like,
same thing. But for me and Zoo, it was different. Like Vice and Pro knew James as a manager. We didn't. So to us, it was like, this is great. Because if I have a problem, it's not a friend of mine. I could say something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to hold my tongue. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. Of course, he's family now. So you would never look at it that way. But he made a lot of great decisions for us. You know what I mean? So I definitely am a big fan. But I'll tell you, once we moved to the pyramid, it became like a movement. So you're there on a Sunday, and now you're getting like the greatest MCs in New York. I guess at the time there was really nothing going on a Sunday night, for one, but two,
okay,
there weren't as many open mics at the time. And I'll tell you this, dude, like at certain point, we were probably the only open mic in New York, like doing that as far as hip hop goes. Like there were other open mics like with comedy, or they mix it up with poetry, or you could do whatever your talent is. And honestly, we opened up the mic to anybody. If you had poetry, if you had jokes, you could have done that at EO Dub. It just became a place where MCs were drawn to because they knew they could get it off over there.
As a New York City MC, I can co-sign. There were no open mics like that before end of the week, and then after end of the week, suddenly things started sprouting up here and there. There was a Monday thing that sprouted up not far from where EO Dub did, but all that stuff came and went. EO Dub has been going strong for 20 years. So it's just like it's another level. It's constantly I tell people, um, right, because it's the longest running open mic in New York City. And then I say, therefore, the world. Because there's not gonna be any other city in the world where you would be able to get the foot traffic and the people to like have a weekly open mic running constantly on a regular basis. Only in New York City you'd be able to get something like that.
that's
Very
crazy,
true.
man.
Very
Uh,
true.
So yeah, man, this is cool. I'm really enjoying the conversation. Sorry, I got distracted because I have to like I'm hitting the button to like switch you guys as you guys are talking. Um, man, I was just thinking too. Like I find myself drawn to EOW as well, right? And it's crazy that you're saying it because it's my experience. Like, listen, I've done a bunch of open mics where it's kind of everything and anything, and the thing about that is that the audience tends to kind of not care, actually, is what I find, right? Like, yeah, the pockets of audience that care about a particular thing will care about that particular thing. um Shut up, Masla. I saw your comment there. That's fucking nice of you to say. I appreciate you. um but like on the other hand, it's like what EOW is a place for me to study. Like I haven't necessarily participated in the MC challenge, but I started writing acapellas and shit because I'm like, yo, if I do go into the MC challenge, maybe I need to have some writtens and shit that are actually kind of tight and like take the best ofs here. Cause my like honestly, every single time I go, I want Big Zoo to be like, I didn't know you fucking rhyme like that. He's never done it yet. So every single fucking time, it's like, how am I going to get Big Zoo? What song is it? What shit am I going to have? And so, like, it makes me want to step my game up. And it makes me want to, like, be better with it. And I do. The one time he did comment was the most recent thing I wrote. So I was like, okay, it wasn't quite what I wanted, but he commented. He was listening. That's cool. And so it's just knowing that that's the culture. And everybody's so kind, and that's what I like. Like I'm not the hardest dude in the world. I'm like the opposite of that shit. So the kindness and the idea where like, it seems like the more empowering and strong your message is, the more love it gets at EOW. And that to me is like the coolest fucking shit ever.